Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to today's video where we will go over a resistance training program that incorporates the vertical loading system and covers the stabilization, strength, and power levels of the OPT model. When taking a look at the vertical loading system, the program will transition an athlete down the template by alternating body parts trained from set to set. And as stated by the NASM, this is done in the circuit style training, which will minimize the rest periods in between each exercise. Moving on to the resistance training overview, the program will be divided among 2 days. For purposes of this video, we will provide day 1 of exercises targeting the back musculature, which will look to optimize neuromuscular efficiency, stability, prime mover strength, rate of force production, and overall power. When we look at the phases, stabilization endurance will include 1 to 2 exercises per muscle group per day times 2 days. The strength endurance phase will include 1 strength superset plus 1 stabilization exercise per muscle group per day times 2 days. And lastly, the power phase will incorporate 1 strength superset plus 1 power exercise per muscle group per day times 2 days. The first phase, stabilization endurance, will look to augment neuromuscular efficiency and optimize stability by performing exercises in an unstable yet controllable environment. The stabilization endurance phase will target the back musculature, where we will utilize a stability exercise that includes a standing tubing row, 2 legs, and 2 arms for 1 set, 15 reps with a 60% intensity and a 4-2-1 tempo. There will be 0 seconds of rest provided in between each exercise. Nevertheless, the athlete will be provided 60 seconds of rest at the termination of all exercises for all muscle groups. We will now transition onto the strength endurance phase, where we will look to optimize prime mover strength as we perform the exercises in more stable environments, thus allowing the athlete to lift heavier loads. For the strength endurance phase, we will continue to target the back musculature. We will implement a strength superset immediately followed by a stabilization exercise. For the strength superset, we will utilize a supported kettlebell row for 2 sets, 12 reps with 70% intensity with 2-0-2 tempo, including 0 seconds of rest in between. For the standing tubing row, single leg, and 2 arm, we will include 2 sets, 12 reps with 50% intensity and a 4-2-1 tempo, and similarly, a 0-second rest interval. For the final phase, power, we will look to augment the rate of force production and overall muscular power, as the athlete will perform the exercises in a fast, explosive, and controlled tempo. For the power phase, we will continue to target the back musculature, utilizing 1 strength superset immediately followed by a power exercise. For the 1 strength superset, we will utilize a bent over dumbbell row, 2 arm for 3 sets, 5 reps with 85% intensity at a controlled tempo. and including 0 seconds of rest in between. Immediately after, for power, we will utilize tubing wood chop throw for 3 sets, 10 reps with a 5% body weight intensity, and for tempo, as fast as can be controlled. Rest will include 2 minutes in between each set. I would like to give a big shout out to the National Academy of Sports Medicine for providing us with the necessary guidelines to produce our resistance training program, and to you, the viewer, for tuning in.